Good evening, sports fans. This is Level Up Sports 10 here. This is Mossberg, as they call me. I'm here this evening to give you a little recap of Sunday's action and a great NFL football and a little rewind to that game we had on that good snowy Thursday when it comes to them Cleveland Browns and those Pittsburgh Steelers, but we'll get back to those guys here in a few seconds. That first game, we're going to start off with, my mistake. I want to also, before I get into that stream with the NFL, into this stream, I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in, for viewing, just showing support and subscribing to the channel. So if you do come in, and if you new, I definitely appreciate you joining in, and just thankful to meet some of the people that I've been able to come across and give out my YouTube channel name to, and also just continue to build something that I might not see, but it's seen in ways ahead, way past my time. And it's just a vision that I have when it comes to what's being started. And I'm just loving what we're doing, what's going on with myself, Level Up Sports 10, and WTP Sports Dudes, along with quite a few others. Our main man, FanDuel, Zen Master, Isaiah. We have Parlay Poe, as well as City League TV, to name a few. And for that group text we in, man, all you gentlemen, if you watching, man, just keep it going, man. We just appreciate everything that's going on and where we headed to with everything that we got. So as we get into this week's games, was a lot of, I would say, trap games. You had conference games, you had divisional games, and this first one was a great matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears, which went into OT, and the Vikings came out on top with a 30-27 victory. And in this one, a lot of people always question Sam Darnold and how good of a quarterback he is. And to me, we always go back to talking, myself, WTP Sports Dudes, and all of us guys, about the 25, meaning that number of college games you play to prepare yourself for that NFL level. That's a lot of experience at the college level to help you get ready. And Sam Darnold has done that at the college level, prepared himself, and to come in the league and be, I believe, on like his third, maybe fourth team. And to be getting wins like this is a great thing. He threw for 330 yards, only 12 incompletions, with a couple of those tutties, as we call them. And Aaron Jones has definitely played his part in Minnesota, along with, I'm going to call him, because it's around Thanksgiving time coming this week, I'm going to call him Ham Hock. That is TJ Hawkinson, who is out there making big numbers and big grabs himself as well. And then when you add on Harrison Smith, on the defensive side with the veteran leadership, and when you think of so many dynamics in a game like this being so close, he stood out in this game on the defensive side of the ball very much, having his usual double-digit tackles, amongst other things, a couple tackles for loss, and just being everywhere where the ball was in key times in this game. And Caleb Williams, let's not take nothing away from these Chicago Bears, even though they started off, they're just going through a little stumble right now, a little slump. They do have a rookie QB, and we have to respect that. He's doing much better than where he started at this season. He's developing very good. And Caleb actually was 32 for 47 for 340 yards. And the Bears were down 27-16 with less than 2 minutes left. And for them to fight and get this game into overtime, that shows a lot of where they were at the beginning of the season, going through those kind of tough losses and slumps, to continue to fight at this point. And you never know what can happen in this NFC. It's a tough conference, and this division as well is pretty tough. But the Vikings, Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones in the game, and not to mention that Vikings D was able to come out on top with a 30 to 27 overtime win. Our next game we had was a team I feel in that NFC. I think Super Bowl possible champ, definitely a Super Bowl contender, and that's these Detroit Lions. These Detroit Lions versus the Indianapolis Colts. And the Lions just had a scrimmage game, if you ask me. Nothing against the Indianapolis Colts. I know we are professionals, but the Ty Lue touchdown celebration, I don't know what much more to ask for. Golf, 26, 36, 269, no tutties. But the Lions, 24-6 in a victory. And you can't ask for much more than that. And the jerseys was the best things that the Colts came out and looked as if some type of win or perhaps, I don't know. But the Lions came out on top, and they continue to look like a top team, not only in the NFC, but in the NFL. And personally, I have the Lions over the Chiefs. They both do have one loss, so you can kind of put them in the same category together now. I have the Lions above the Chiefs, even though the Lions are in the NFC. Chiefs are in the AFC, so Super Bowl predictions possibly. In the next game we have up, we had those New England Patriots, let me correct myself, against the Miami Dolphins. And boy, I tell you this, Tua, I think if he didn't have that injury, and I feel we all can attest to this, that the Miami Dolphins will have a very, very good chance of being all in the middle of this playoff picture in the AFC. They were able to come out on top 34-15. And when you think of the think of the Dolphins, you think, of course, Tyreek Hill. You think of Jalen Waddle. You think of the defense and how much better they have gotten, since Tua's gotten back. So that shows when you have that leader, you have that head in your locker room, like the head of household, when things are in order from that standpoint, how it could trickle down throughout the team. And we're definitely seeing that with Miami as they continue their win streak, and 29 of 40 for 317 for 4 tutties, as we call them. That's a great game. In my opinion, the mistakes, that's just a lot of throwing. We know how Tua can be. Jalen Waddle had 8 grabs for $144. Jonnu Smith continued his great season and performing well with 9 catches for 87 yards and a tutty as well. Drake May, just seeing that that's the future of the New England Patriots. It's a great thing to see that he's playing and continuing to excel even during times as a game that we see 34-15. You still see great glimpses of the future of what's going to be with the New England Patriots on the offensive side as well as the defensive side. You give them a few more years, just as a few more teams, you'll see that the parity, as in college football, I'm not going to say necessarily parity, but you'll see the difference a few years make, I would say, when it comes to some of these teams. And I think the Patriots are one of those teams. But the Dolphins were able to come out in a division class in that AFC East and get a much-needed victory. And they do have some playoff hopes. You never know what could happen in these last few weeks of the NFL season. The next game we had up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New York Giants. I don't know if it's the Saquon hangover, the Daniel Jones hangover, or what's going on in New York, but the Bucs was able to come in and sneak away with a mauling of the New York Giants in their place. Bucky, Rashad, Baker, Sean, they all got a rushing touchdown. And Evans was back from injury with 5 grabs. yards in his return. Baker Mayfield was 26 of 30 for 294 yards. So this Tampa Bay team, you know, just thinking about them, they come out, they get Mike Evans back, they get touchdowns on the ground rushing. I think this is a good way to get things going, and perhaps maybe your season could take a turn and go up. You just never know. The way football is, the way the NFL is, any team could take a stumble and lose 4 to 5 games just as much as a team can win 5, which I think this Tampa Bay team has done the losing side, and I think it's time for them to get back on that winning side, and maybe this is that type of game that they needed to get them going in that direction. That next game we have up, I know a lot of people have been waiting for a win like this. It's been, what, about a month? I think it's been about a month. Yeah, we talking about them Cowboys. Cowboys versus them Skins, them Commanders. Let me correct myself. Them Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniel, Washington Commanders and such. Cowboys got them a win this week. And I was looking at this game. It was just one of them NFC. You could really call this a banger, in many ways. It looked like the game was over at one point late in this fourth quarter, but the Commanders just commanded to stay in the game and possibly get a win. But the Cowboys had thoughts and other hopes and other things in mind, and the hope was to get a win. And that's what they did exactly. And it was a lot of turnovers in this game, but Dallas prevailed. And when it comes to this game, my only thoughts on this game was that there's a very, very slim chance that this game will mean something for the Cowboys later. So I think Washington comes in later in the season and pluck y'all, get y'all back, and head on to the playoffs. Nothing against the Cowboys. It's good to see them get a win. So to all our fans out there, WTP Sports Dudes, myself, all the Cowboy fans, it's just good to see y'all get a win. My brother Sean, my sister Ebony, my brother Gerald, I know y'all happy y'all got a win. It's been a month on that NFL side, so congratulations on that Cowboy win. The next game we have up are the Kansas City Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers. I picked the Chiefs to win this, and I thought this was just one of them trap games for Kansas City, and I thought it was a game also where Kansas City would, start to move in a different direction, get back to that Super Bowl team that we're used to seeing. Excuse me, got to take a sip of that coffee, so much needed. But as we get to this Kansas City and Carolina Panthers game, the one thing that I was looking at for this game was to see how young, that is Bryce, did in this game. Going against the Chiefs team, two-time Super Bowl champ, he's at home, and he's gotten 2 wins in a row. And Kansas City came out with a narrow victory in this game, 30-27. And just hats off to the Carolina Panthers coming out and playing your heart out. You left it all on the field. There's a lot of things that we can say about Carolina. We could, let me correct myself, say about Carolina early in the season. But now at this point in the season, 30-27 against the Kansas City Chiefs, we can see it as a trap game and whatnot. But the thing I've seen in this was this Carolina team, they're young, but they're going to fight. And I'm seeing something, with Bryce Young and this Chubb running back, the Chubb stuff. Bryce Young was 21 for 35, 263 yards with the touchdown. And if you think with him being back in the starts, I think he only has 1 touchdown. And if I'm not mistaken, 5 touchdowns, maybe 6. But Bryce Young is a quarterback that, it's good to see him growing. And Mahomes on the other end, 27 of 37, 269 yards, 3 tutties. And Kareem Hunt has 16 touches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. And on the other end of the running backs, Chubb, let me get back to him, had 16 touches also for 58 yards. So run defenses in this game was very well. And we would like to also welcome my main man, dressed on all that Buckeye scarlet and gray, City League
Week, baby.
stream. How's it going this evening, City League TV?
Hey, great. Just focused, locked in,
It's
getting
good to
ready
see
for
you,
Saturday.
man. Good to see
That's
you in
it.
the building, man.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Likewise. Likewise.
and just been chopping it up. And I was at the Chiefs and Panthers game, and I was talking about Bryce Young and how much he's improved since getting the starting position back, and just how this was just a testament in this game. Even though Kansas City came away with the win, 30-27, which keeps them atop of the AFC. But I looked at a lot in this game and how I would say Carolina's grown a lot since he got benched and him coming back. I think for them to have this type of output, I think is just showing the growth in them as a team. But they're behind Bryce Young, and I think it's a good thing that he's been playing the way he has as well. What's your thoughts on that one?
I agree. I agree with you there. I agree with you. And push it and see what happened. To me, I still think he's too small. Just
Yeah,
like Kyler Murray, I just think they're too small.
and that's something I definitely. How's it going, WTP Sports dudes? Chiming in, man. I hope you're still enjoying that vacation as well, which I know you are. And it's just good to see you chiming in and seeing how things is going on this end with the stream. The next game, as he chimed in at the right time, WTP Sports dudes, Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. They came out on top 32 to 27.
Yeah.
Man, I was sitting here. It was crazy. I was going over my notes before the games had went on, and I had looked at it. I said, man, there's something about these trap games. I ain't picked no upset. I
Man, it
marked
was
that
going
down for
down
them
yesterday.
Titans. Yeah, I marked it down for the Titans late notice. And if I could have sat there and recorded the timing of everything that I did, I would have showed y'all. And I was so happy when I seen them rumble and get that win. What's your thoughts on this game for the Titans to get a win, and thoughts on how the Texans been looking as of late? And I don't know. It's kind of tough with them.
Hey, I'm OHIL all day, and that's my QB. And I'm they're looking just like our Bengals. I'll put it like that. The Titans are looking like the Bengals. Like, we know this is a good team, but they're just not. And they're just not at certain times, because there's no way the Titans supposed to win this game. So big up to the Titans. Big up. Big ups to them for pulling this victory out, because no one outside WGP Sports is right picked them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because he had to, because that's his squad. So yeah, it's competitive out here. Anybody can go down. Anybody can go down. So,
Yeah.
and it was some great games out here, and some cats went down. The team went down.
Yes, indeed. Any games that I talked about, quite a few. I got just a couple left. Any of them that stood out to you? And we gonna get to that big Thursday night snowball here shortly. Any of them that stood out to you?
Yeah. Them Cowgirls and Commanders. Because that everybody on our show, we picked the Commanders. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the Commanders defense didn't show up. Their special teams didn't show up, and it was a rough day for them.
And
So that was one that stuck out to me.
yeah, I was surprised that they special teams didn't show up, especially in a game like this one, because they special teams normally come out and get at least a momentum changer every game, and that's something that didn't happen. And I was surprised about that myself, with it being this type
Right.
of game at home. And having Dallas on their ropes like you do, you have a chance to go up. I think maybe 3 games ahead of Dallas, 4 games possibly, and be right there to where that Eagles game is pretty much division chances. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a pretty crazy game. I'm gonna celebrate your Browns. I'm gonna let you get to them very shortly. We on the way
Yeah.
to them. I'm gonna save them
Absolutely.
for last before we make our Monday night pick because I don't know. I
Absolutely.
think me personally, that was the best game that I watched because it took me back to some days in the snow games, man. Definitely. Our
Yeah.
next game we had up on the slate, and I'm also with you. Before I go to this one with CJ Stroud, I always spoke on him being a fan of his, and I think once they're where they need to be, I think this is just that adversity that some teams face during the season. This is one of them. Tennessee caught Houston, you know, on a time and a place to where they're getting things back in order as they're figuring things out as well. And like you said, they're just like us, man. They're a great team and just putting it together. And they just got them a great win this week also.
Right.
The next one we had up was the Broncos and the Raiders. The Broncos came out in this one on top 29-19. And the crazy thing I seen in this one was Bo Bronco, as we've been calling him, as I say, had not so good game, but the Denver
I
Broncos
mean, it wasn't bad either.
yeah,
And
and
they
that's and
and they
that's what I
came up with
said.
the dub.
And that's what I was thinking. Like he didn't have his best game. He threw the same as Minshew, same exact completions, attempts. He had 2 tutties, no interceptions, threw for almost 50 yards more, and they shut down Bowers on the defensive side for Denver. So I was like, what's your thoughts on this one?
Now the main thing, no interceptions.
Yeah.
The rookie took the rookie OG took care of the ball. We're gonna
Yeah.
call Bo the rookie OG. Cause
Man.
Bo already 30 years old or something like that. But Bo OG out here as a rookie.
Yes,
So
indeed.
I mean, he didn't make a mistake to kill his team. And his team came out victorious.
I agree.
And as of right now, they're looking like they're trying to get up in the playoffs this year. Pretty
Man,
impressive. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I agree, man. And when we say Bo knows, we ain't saying Bo. We ain't talking about Bo Diddley because it's only one of a kind. But this Bo that we talking about got these Broncos rolling, man. And you said it. I mean, we talk about the 25 games. You said 30 years old. He an OG. I mean,
Yeah, he OG.
to see
He at
him
least, I
doing
think he at
this.
least like about 25 or something.
Yeah, you
25,
said
26. He an
I
OG.
wouldn't
He
even
ain't
yeah.
he ain't somebody coming in here 22.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I think CJ was what? 19, 20, 21. CJ was 21.
Yeah.
You know, he older than CJ.
And doing the
Yeah,
thing. I think that's a big difference, as we always mention. Having that experience separates you, from a lot of quarterbacks and being able to be successful. Some people may be like, oh, well, it took him 3 or 4 years to be this successful. No, he was just behind a starting quarterback, a great quarterback, and he had this opportunity now. So you seeing his opportunity, he was ready for it, and all that hard work paying off. So that 25 being a part of that hard work. So with that being said, man, like you said as well, playoff potential. I think they making a run, and we definitely got to watch out for these Broncos because they are scary. And then we know that's a tough place to play in. So if they get into the playoffs, man, you never know what could rumble in that AFC for sure.
Yeah, but let's not forget they did play the Raiders. So let's not forget that part.
We
You know what I mean? So let's not forget that part and try to blow Denver up a little bit too soon. You know what I mean? So, but their record says that if they can win a few more games, if they can win some more games, they can sneak up in this playoffs as a wild card.
Yeah,
So, I like the direction that Denver is going in. And, the Raiders, Vegas Raiders, I know them as the Oakland Raiders. They're
Right.
going in a complete opposite direction.
Yeah, totally different direction, man.
Guess they looking for next year. They trying to turn the clock around and get to the draft.
Yeah, they must be trying to span that joint forward real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. They gave up.
The next one we have up was I don't know. I would ask you, what would you have called the game? Because I would have called it a mauling or a thrashing. The 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. The Packers was on top of this one, and a crazy one, 38-10. What's your thoughts on the pack attack that was hunting cheese, which was the 49ers? What's your thoughts on this one?
Ugh. Well, the 49ers didn't have their starting quarterback. Bosa was out again. So definitely didn't expect for the 49ers to pull it out. That's, and definitely didn't expect a close game. So this pretty much about, what you would expect without 49ers being full throttle.
Agreed. And then what I was asking myself, as I was watching this game is, can Green Bay continue to play like this throughout this second half of the season? You played a 49ers team that was banged up. With all due respect, you're a great team, Green Bay. We see what you're doing. You're doing some big things in that NFC. But can you continue this throughout the season? Can you stay healthy? Can you grind it out? And I like this Green Bay team. But you're right. They caught a 49ers team banged up. And I think this will be a game that we look at when playoff seeding come and see how things go, because we never know. This matchup could possibly happen again. So I'm just keeping my eyes on that. Jordan Love had a, nice game, no interceptions, 13, 23, 163, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, they kept feeding him. He was hungry. He went on for a hat trick. So that's a good way, I guess, for them to get it going and move in the right direction. That's what I thought about this game. And what else did you have to say?
And we have to look at this just like we look at our college football schedules. Mm-hmm. So when I go to Green Bay's schedule and I look at the L's that they have taken, not the wins, but the L's that they have taken against the Eagles in game 1, against the Minnesota Vikings, against the Detroit Lions, and of course everybody else that they have these W's against were teams they were supposed to beat. So what do we really have here? Contenders or pretenders? And as of right now, I'm gonna put them in the middle. I can't put them up there like that, because as we say with these banging college football games that's going on, I see when they go in here and play somebody, they go ahead and take an elbow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
But yeah, you beat the Colts, you beat the Titans, you beat the Rams, you beat the Cardinals, you beat the Texans, the Jaguars, the Bears.
Yeah.
Come on. They gonna get the same treatment on our show as we give over there in college football.
Yeah.
Y'all schedule is garbage. When y'all play somebody, y'all ain't do it. So no, I ain't rocking with Green Bay like that. I'm not gonna call them pretenders, but I'm not gonna call them contenders either, because I have not seen them looking like a top-notch team that's ready to go and win the Super Bowl. I haven't seen that from them. I just seen them as a pretty good football team. If I was a Packers fan, I feel pretty good about my team right now.
I agree.
But that's just as a fan. Yeah. But if I'm a fan and I know the real deal, I'm thinking like, hey, we really ain't beat nobody.
Like we gotta
Yeah,
do something better than this.
yeah,
Like we gotta win out and really make a run and be in the NFC championship to really say
yeah,
we something, say we
yeah.
cheeseheads type of thing. Because I agree with you. You they lost to the top teams that we look at, in that NFC. And if you can't beat one out of those three, guess what? You know, that still keeps you at that lower tier. You're not ready to bang with them big boys. So that's where they at. I totally agree with you, even though I like them, but I feel you on that. They're not Super Bowl ready. They may, put some pressure on somebody, but when you talk about, Minnesota, Detroit, and you talk about Philly, I don't think they can beat one of those teams right now. I think those teams are very hot, and that's just how I'm seeing that right now at this moment.
Well,
So,
closing out, they have the Dolphins. You think they can beat the Dolphins? They're at home, and it's in late November. The
ooh,
Dolphins. Can they pull that out? I think they win that in Lambeau.
I think they win that in Lambeau because it's getting cold.
Yeah, it's
Miami
getting
ain't
cold.
ready for that.
It's getting cold, and Tua sure enough don't need to fall and hit his head on that hard ground.
Man, they're gonna be hunting too, and they're gonna be hunting for cheese.
Yeah. So and then they got Detroit at Detroit. We know they're not winning that. Then they got Seattle in Seattle. Like that may be a tough one. They may not be able to pull that out in Seattle.
These next
And then
three.
they close with the Saints and then the Vikings.
Mm.
So
So,
they are gonna fight to have to get into this wild card race. Because
so
I might see 3 L's on there for them, possibly.
yeah, when you think Detroit, Minnesota, and you said the Seahawks.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, they got the
Seahawks are
Seahawks.
scary right
Yeah,
now.
in Seattle.
Yeah, if they
And
play in
still,
Seattle.
you don't know what Dolphin team you're gonna get this coming Sunday.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They going crazy right now. What's
And
that?
it's prime time.
4-game
That's
win streak.
the prime time 8:20 game.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's gonna be big.
Man, that's gonna be one of them pick'ems for us like crazy. Then our next one we had up, speaking of that NFC, was those Philadelphia Eagles at the Los Angeles Rams. And all I could say was Saquon, 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 Saquon. What was your thoughts on this one?
When he found out that he threw away that touchdown ball, and he ain't know that he was out there making history. Wow. It's just amazing to me. Like I really still I'll never, and we talked about this at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Just don't understand how you can not only let him go, but let him go to a division rival. And he is still at the top of his game. It wasn't like he had fell off or something was wrong with him. And
Right. Yeah. At all.
wow, just amazing how some of these owners just be throwing away stuff. That's because they rich. They really don't care. Some of these owners don't care about winning. Some of these owners don't care about winning. My owner up there in Cleveland, he don't care about winning. Mike Brown down in Cincinnati, he be trying, but he ain't trying hard enough. Them
Nope.
championship organizations, they get it done from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. Totally, man. Totally agree. And AJ Brown, people was asking, oh, just because Smith's not gonna be there, what is Brown? 6 catches, 109 in a tutty. Why
Who
y'all
forgot
questioning
who
what
AJ Brown was?
Man, they was
He's
thinking,
still a big receiver
man, still one
that
of the
really can't
most,
be held.
man. I've
What?
been watching him this season, and I don't know. Like you a Buckeye fan, and still to this day, you know what I'm talking about. When David Boston lined up across from them boys, and he looked like a chiseled NFL player in
Yeah.
college football.
Yeah.
AJ Brown looked like David Boston in college in an NFL. And when you see something like that in an NFL today, that's a specimen because you
AJ
don't see
Brown,
nobody with that ethic. Yeah,
Metcalf up in
yeah,
Seattle.
yeah,
Metcalf, he's one of them.
yeah.
Who another one of them big old dog? I love them. I love them, but I just don't understand how these owners, these organizations, be letting these players go, and then you be letting them go to championship organizations. Like, is you trying to help him? Y'all must have some other businesses together that we don't know about. And see, that's what we don't understand, how they be getting down with the get down outside
Yeah.
of this
Outside the
NFL stuff.
ball.
They all
I
partners and
agree.
they all about money.
Hmm. Totally agree. So, for me, it's just I think he definitely moved himself up into some MVP rankings with this performance. 26 rushes, 255. A couple of them things we call tutty, as WTP Sports Dudes would say. I allowed him on that one, and a 72-yard touchdown run. And when you punt once, I think that shows that you definitely having a great game in all aspects. And that's what we seen out of Philly. And the next one we got, and I went against them, and I picked the Seahawks in this one, was the Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think we
And
all did.
we went with the house on this one. Yep, we went with the house. And I think you was thinking probably the same thing that I was thinking. Which Cardinal team was we gonna see? Was the Maserati gonna get moving, or was we gonna see a goose chase? And we seen the goose chase out there, and it fared out.
Give me something real quick, bro. And
Yeah,
I just said it because I'm upset with this Cardinal team. But Kyler Murray had almost a kind of good game, throwing for 285 yards. But where's Marv? You got the top receiver, one of the top receivers in all of the NFL, and you just out here. And I watched the game. They double covered him. And that's one of the things too. Like, they're putting two on him. But still, QB, you gotta find a way to get him the ball, man.
Oh yeah.
You got Maserati Marv out here, and you can't get him. Like, he ain't getting his targets, he ain't getting his catches. Man.
I don't know, man. As a fan of the game, as we watch the game, we comment, talk our mess, man. Like, you gotta find them. You gotta find a Maserati, man. You got to.
Everybody else getting
pick a
fouled.
player that high. Yeah, you didn't pick a player that high to not target him. You got to hit him with 2 screens in the first quarter. Hit him on a reverse. You got to get him the ball to get him touches every kind of way, because guess what? That's gonna get that man confidence to do a little more. And I think you can say what you want, but you're not gonna get nothing out that Maserati until you get them keys and that ignition. And the keys is getting the football to him any way possible.
3 catches.
Yeah,
3
catches.
catches.
Is a Hall of Famer. They got to do it.
I like to look at his stats and just see how many catches he's averaging in the game. But 3 catches, my dude. And you got the Trey McBride. He got 12 catches, 133 yards. Yeah. So evidently you got a good enough receiver over on the other side to let Marv get a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And
like, for real, like that's all he can get. And then if you weren't throwing it to McBride, you was throwing it to Connor. He had more catches than Marv. Like, come on, man.
Dump off what we call
Come on, man.
King. And I had to say that good. We call them snowballs. Reminiscent of a snow globe. That game we had on Thursday between the Pittsburgh Steelers and my man League is in the building for this one tonight.
Yeah.
His Cleveland Browns. Y'all can't call them brownies no more. They feeling like kings right now.
They can call us brownies, bro. No. They can call us brownies. They can call us clowns, and until we show different. I'm a fan, but I'm real with it too. But until the ownership show us something different, man. Yeah, y'all clowns up there. Y'all clowns. Our defense is too good to not have a quarterback that can make it happen for us. Now I understand what the Watson thing. I understand. Y'all tried. It just appeared that y'all tried in the wrong way. Y'all tried to go get somebody who has some baggage. And when people come with baggage, you don't know how it's gonna turn out once that them bags get unpacked. And the bags got unpacked. It was all right. It was okay. It was even good at times. Then we get the injuries. You know what I mean? Then we get, other people talking with some more allegations. Is he still out here rubbing around on people? And then another injury after playing pretty good last year. The game that he got hurt, he was balling.
Yeah, playing very good.
But
I thought he was back in a different way. I felt that it was a change coming. Prior to that injury, I felt that y'all was on y'all's way to the playoffs. Quiet as kept.
I mean, remember, we still made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
We still made it to the playoffs. Flacco came in, balled out. And here's another thing when I say, and I go back to the organization, how do you not re-sign Flacco? How does he end up over in Indianapolis? How does he end up over there starting while our quarterback is out and down and we don't have a quarterback? We went to our second year QB out of UCLA. Didn't he hurt it? Didn't pan out. Now we with famous Jameis. But we had Flacco last year as a backup. How do you not pay that man and say, guess what? We're going to keep you here. We're going to keep you here as a backup, man. We appreciate everything. But they said, nah, we don't want to rock with you. And evidently he still had enough in the tank.
Yep. I agree. And just to get the win, and me as a Bengal fan, you know how we are about our Bengals. This being a division game, we appreciate that help. And just to see how your Browns continued to play, Jameis even after throwing an interception, just to continue to go. Defensively, I think one of the best defenses in the NFL, quiet as kept. But you won't.
And been there for the past few years, bro.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell because there's so many things that go on offensively. But me personally, as a Bengals fan, even when my Bengals was on the up and we had to play Cleveland, out of all the teams in the division, I did not want to go against Cleveland because I felt that they had the best defense and they were the scariest. These past few years, and even this year, they've won against Baltimore. They've won against Pittsburgh. We still
and also have won against Cincinnati. I mean, that Cleveland defense knows how to play against their divisional rivals.
Yeah,
all three. And that's why, listen here, bro. Which is funny, which nobody wanted to talk about. But when you ask somebody else, he's gonna let you know what it really, really is.
Yes, sir.
Why is the 3-8 Cleveland Browns on top of the division right now at 2-1? That's why I try to tell. Like they try to clown it like clowns. Oh, y'all got a victory. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all still 8-3. Yeah, we're 8-3. But as of right now, we're on top of the division.
Yeah, the division matters, man. They don't realize
and that's what matters. According to our record, we can't make it to the playoffs.
That division, though.
If we can continue to beat some of the best teams in the NFL that's in our division, they could do something. Now, do I have confidence in that? Absolutely not. I don't think James can put it together week in and week out. I love him. I love his energy. It's that type of energy that I have when I'm at work. When I'm at work, I'm full of it. I'm full of energy. You know what I mean? And that's who famous Jameis is. He full of it, and he been like that. It ain't an act. He was talking good, talking smack before the game even started. He was like, I'm ready to play in the snow. He said, I never played in the snow before. Yeah, but as far as the game, I loved it. I loved it. I love our defense. Our defense is sick. That's why I'm just like, can we get a QB? Can we get a QB? How was we not? I was going crazy over the summer and after last year. I'm like, how is Justin Fields just out here sitting? I don't care that we have Watson. We don't have an insurance QB, backup QB. Like, y'all got rid of Flacco. Why wouldn't y'all go and get Justin for this 1 year? You know what I mean? And pull him in. You were a team that you need a quarterback.
Right.
Ain't nobody sold him. Watson ain't sold nothing yet. Ain't sold tickets or nothing. We need a quarterback. And all these teams, because they try to badmouth Justin, the media try to badmouth him. He just need to get with a squad. And I'm really hoping that he want to get out of Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh need to go ahead and deal with Russ for, the next few years. He don't look bad for y'all. And Justin, no, he need to go. And what better place than Cleveland, man, with that defense, man.
I agree.
And he can play in the cold. He a Midwest boy now. He from Georgia, but he played in Chicago for 4 years. You know what I mean? He played in Columbus for 2. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now he over in Pittsburgh. This the weather. He used to this for the last 5 years, 6, 7 years.
Oh, for sure. And then, like, our last game, we haven't even picked for this one yet. I think we might have doubled and dabbled into it a little bit on the show last week. Talk about this week's coming games. But we got the Ravens and Chargers popping off tonight and the classical Monday night showdown, because for me, Baltimore was one of the teams, but you know how Baltimore could get sometimes when they up like this. They could lose a couple, then win a couple, or lose some key games that kind of put them in a different position, and then other teams winning. And they got to go to these Los Angeles Chargers today. What's your thoughts on this here game, and what's your pick?
Hey, we first got to start off by saluting the Harbaugh brothers. Salute. That's the good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Brothers going against each other as head coaches in the top of the professions, which we call the NFL. That's dope. Although I don't care for hairball too much in the NFL, I ain't got nothing against you, my brother. And you identified my Buckeye as the best running back up in that running room. Even the running back room, although y'all just drafted one of your own players, you know what I mean? But that's our boy out there doing this 1-2 with the 1-2.
Yeah.
But I'm rolling with the Ravens. I'm staying within my division, and I actually hate that the Ravens are even in my division, because if they wasn't and they was in another conference, it probably would be they would have a really, really good chance of being one of my outside teams that I would like to follow when I'm not just staying in Homerland, which is all of Ohio, and that's why I rock with everybody, because I'm just true to my city, true to my state.
I know when we have our division, we go with our division, but at this point in the season, I need every team in our division to lose every week almost. I'm going with the Chargers, not only just on that note, but also the Chargers, when we played them, that Herbert, I call him Herbs and Spices. The way he's spinning that ball, as Parlay Poe would say, he just looks different. And the injuries that Baltimore have in the secondary, I think with Hamilton being out, I think that injury hurts Baltimore more this game a little bit than it would do in other games, because of the fact that Herbert is starting to get his strength in that arm. He's looking a lot better week by week. And then you mentioned Dobbins in that run game. Hamilton is one that would come down and stuff him and be there when he possibly break away, keep him from getting that great run. And I think Dobbins is due for one of them 150-yard games, as WP Sports dudes called it about our college football game on Saturday, and that running back for Arizona State getting a couple tutties in a $150. He did, and I'm gonna call Dobbins to do the same thing here at home. I'm gonna call him for a $150, and I think it's gonna be a battle between him and Derrick Henry, and I think he come out on top in this battle at home, and I think this propels the Chargers towards a better outlook and possibly be a team that could knock off Mahomes and those Kansas City Chiefs come playoff time, where everyone else I had to do what they do just to get there. I don't see no three-peat coming, but I'm just saying and looking at things the way the season could go. I just like these Chargers and just the way they season going. I feel like they one of the hot teams as well. And I still like Baltimore because we know what they could do. Like, it could be one of them games where you see some high scoring as well, but I just like the Chargers in this game for the mere fact that they're at home, prime time. I think Herbs and Spices steps up and get this win. And we have Miss Sarah Winslow. She came in and she said, yeah, joke, ain't even getting 100. We're about to destroy the Chargers. We appreciate you on that, Sarah.
Ain't getting 100.
City League TV. He is with the Ravens as well. And I'm a Cincinnati Bengal fan. So I'm not saying that, I'm
with Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm with Sarah. He ain't getting 100 against that. We play a different style of defense, bruh. You know it, man. Listen here. I can't wait for this game tonight. I can't wait for this game tonight. I'm looking for this game to be an absolute banger. This should be a banger because I like Hubbard. I like him. I always have liked him. He's a nice, big, strong quarterback. And with JK back there running that ball. Now, would I like for JK to get 150? Absolutely. I would love for my former Buckeye, and it's Michigan week. So, let's ball out. We need Ohio State stated as many times as we can throughout this week because it's our week and it's a showdown and a throwdown. So, but I
for sure
feel like the Ravens defense should not let JK get over 100. So I'm with Sarah on this one. And I'm rolling with Baltimore.
I got you.
I'm rolling with Baltimore. And ain't they coming off of an L?
Yeah, coming off one of them L's, man.
They coming off an L?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. They should be ready to do something.
Sarah said, don't get me wrong. Herbert is nice, but we just lost by 2 points to the Steelers. We do for the win. Yeah, and I agree. I agree they do for the win. And it's crazy because I think we said something about it's not normal for Baltimore to lose 2 in a row as far as that, and then from to lose to Pittsburgh. And then
definitely not normal to lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, so we totally agree. And we appreciate you for joining us this evening as well, Sarah.
Yes. Thank you, Sarah.
Subscribe, tune in. We're on every day. We got college football, we got NFL talk. We're about to double into our NCAA basketball, our NCAA basketball, as well as our live stream through our high school sports here where we're at in Columbus, Ohio. So make sure you tune in. And once again, we definitely appreciate you. And what's going on, nephew? What's going on? I got so many gamers and different things. I've been stepping out to my gamer streamers too. And sometimes I don't know who's who, but it's good to see you in here, nephew. I definitely appreciate you joining and streaming. I know exactly who that is too. And as far as in something new I was thinking about doing for the remainder of the season, I thought about some picks. So since me and you, I think we got an up right now on everybody with our pick, depending on which way it go, with a win or a loss. I got the Chargers this week. You got the Ravens. And then what I was going to do, I think what we could do is build a pot. We could just $10 for everybody we got in our group text to pay the winner, or whoever get the picks from here until the end of the season, and we'll just put some games together. Like me, you, and WTP Sports Dudes, we'll get in that group text, look and see what's some good games. Even one of them games where you got that 2-point spread or that 1-point spread to make it fun. So that way it'll be all games in the bag and just, having as much fun that we can with that. But outside of that, I really didn't have much more as far as for the NFL talk. I'ma definitely set one up. We might be going for a few hours, and now I forgot y'all on break, man. So if you want to,
we on break. We could have went way early today.
If you want to do that college football special for tomorrow, we could set that up for about what's tomorrow? Tuesday. We could set that up for about 1 o'clock because I'm free. I don't have no other jobs after I get off work. I just been, like I said, picking up them third sometime, cooking at different stores for the other spot, and that's pretty much it. Just trying to pick up as many hours as I can, but I should be good. We could jump on. You let me know what time is good. We could jump on and do a college one tomorrow because I know WTP Sports Dude's still gonna be out, and he's not gonna be back till Wednesday. So we could definitely get one popping tomorrow, even early.
Yeah, I'll text you and let you know if that work or 2 or 3 or something after that or whatnot. But cool. Yeah, I'll text you. See, I'm like I say, I'm
big
I'm
ready for your boys because I'm trying to save all that for the sauce you got for us on the college football talk because I know you got a lot of sauce for us, man.
We tuned in, man. I really don't have a lot of sauce. We down. Look, we down three Big Ten championships in the Natty. Ain't much we can say right now. Like it's about to be some serious business. I'm just glad that I guess the Michigan fans got excited about the way they looked against Northwestern, and because they blew Northwestern out, and it made them feel good. So I'm excited for them for that. But yeah, we locked in, man. We ain't got a lot. We ain't got a lot to say. We gotta go to work.
Oh yeah, y'all ready to handle business? That's one thing for sure. Yeah. I got y'all winning next week. That's the least to say, and I'm honestly hoping the weather is a certain way. I might dibble and dabble, man, on an off day or go down there or something, get a little vibe and feel to see what the week is looking like, man.
What is that? What is that for? What is that 10-day forecast? Why are you playing?
Let's see what it looked like.
Yeah. What is that? What is Saturday? Oh, it's cold. It's like a high of 30. It's gonna be 30 degrees. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold. We're gonna have to. It's gonna be a fight. That is Saturday, ain't it? It should be. I went to Saturday. Yeah, high of 28, low of 23. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which just gotta be ready. Just gotta be ready for that cold. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll be cold. They flying around, and it's gonna be a very, very hard hitting, aggressive game like all the others.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, we'll definitely we could definitely do whatever time you want to.
We can get it rocking
for sure.
We can get it rocking
and get into it. Your Cavs or anybody on tonight? I ain't even checked none of that slate
yet. My Buckeyes about to come on.
Junie balled out last game.
Huh?
Junie balled out last game.
June and what's the name? Both of them 614 boys. June and
the other one from your boy from Pickerington, 21.
Yeah, he balled out. He balled out too. They both balled out. Yeah, we about to come on. We're about to come on right now. And my
I look
girls are
forward
pretty
to that.
good too, man. My girls got a
Oh yeah.
killer freshman in.
Oh yeah. I be following Cody too on Facebook. And then we could set up a live watch on one of these games too, man. We're gonna have to get the live watch popping. Whenever you want, man, we could I'm with it, man. Whenever, whatever.
Yeah,
'Cause
we're gonna figure it out.
definitely, man. I want to do a live watch with your Bucks because they definitely popping, man. I've been checking them out, man. I like what I see in them for sure. But
For sure.
outside of that, man, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see the man in the picture with the Buckeyes on. That's somebody else. Podcast act, somebody coming. Man in many hats. That's my main man, City League TV. He gonna be coming at you soon too. So make sure you like and subscribe to everything he got popping.
Let's
Like and
get it.
subscribe to Level Up Sports. I'm your host. I'm your main man for this show on this live stream. But all of us together, man, we just some monsters loving what we do when it comes to
That's
these
what we
sports,
do.
talking what we do, man. And WTP Sports Dudes, we appreciate
TP
you
Sports
because if it
dudes.
wasn't for you,
We love
it would
y'all.
be for us, man. So
Yeah,
from all that being said, man, we love y'all. Anything you got to say, City League
that's
TV?
it. That's it, man. That's it. Focus. Big game on Saturday.
Yes, indeed. As we do,
So,
you know it's November. You know it's
that's
that
right.
X out week for that man and all that scarlet and gray. And as we say here at Level Up Sports 10, WTP Sports Do, City League TV. Peace.
Salute. WTP
Yes, sir.
Sports dudes in the building, and we out.
We
One
out.
D out.
Have a great evening.